Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Monotui, coach of the Tampa Bay Luxrays, and I'm really sorry this game's late. I just suck. There's no real other excuse. I mean, I was at school this weekend. Usually I go home so I can record and play on Wi-Fi and whatnot, but this game's on Showdown because I was at school, can't play Wi-Fi at school, and I decided to stay this weekend so I could take care of a few things, so unfortunately I was unable to record because I'm surrounded by people and whatnot. But here we are, week late. It's alright. If you've seen Chimpact's side, you already know what happened, but regardless, week... what is this, 7? No, this is week 6 of the GBA, Season 8, versus Chimpact, coach of the Philadelphia Scizors. I don't have a team builder this week, however, for a quick breakdown of our team, we have 2 attacks, Dragon Dance, Roost, Charizard, X. His 2 attacks are Flare Blitz and Earthquake. We have actually a Swords Dance Keldeo with an Expert Belt, and the reason we're Swords Dance rather than anything else, Keldeo wrecks his team entirely, like no matter what set it is, like Specs, Life Orb, Subcom Mind, whatever, it just destroys his team entirely. But the reason I'm SD is because I feel like he would bring better checks to special Keldeo. Like, for example, Slurpuff could take a hit, Belly Drum, eat its berry, Belly Drum up potentially. Victini could be Pasho or Scarf. Nihilego could be Scarf or Pasho. Greninja might be Scarf with extra Sense 3 or something like that. Chople, whatever. Uxie can take it on somewhat well. Bulu could be Assault Vest, so it could live Hidden Power Poisons, or it could be Kebia Berry to live Hidden Power Poisons or whatever. So I decided to be Swords Dance with the Expert Belt, Aqua Jet, Secret Sword, and... no, Expert Belt, I think Close Combat, and Poison Jab. At +2, I potentially knock out everything on his team bar the Uxie. The Uxie is the only thing that can deal with a +2 Keldeo. With the Expert Belt, after Stealth Rock, I knock out the Bulu 100% of the time, I knock out the Nihilego with Aqua Jet, knock out the Victini after Rocks, I knock out the Slurpuff after Rocks with a Poison Jab. Again, this is all Expert Belt boosted, I'm not going to be taking any Life Orb recoil, and every move I have hits his team super effectively. I at least have one move to hit his team super effectively, aside from, again, the Uxie, which I do have ways to deal with. Namely things like Registeel, Weavile, Snorlax, Slowking, even Charizard, and whatnot to get damage off onto it, so that's good. Then we have our Weavile, which I believe at the time, I want to say Banded? No, I think it was Life, yeah, it was Life, I don't remember, we'll find out in the game. We have Defensive Registeel, largely Spadef, to take on things like the Greninja and the Nihilego. We have the, actually a Trick Room Fightinium Z Slowking, which is really cool. I set up a Trick Room and then do a lot of damage to his team. It's 3 attacks Trick Room, so it's Scald, Focus Blast, and I want to say Psyshock? Yeah, Psyshock, and the Trick Room. And then we have Curse, Recycle, Figgy Berry, Snorlax that can deal with a lot of his team very easily. He doesn't have a Ghost type, so I'll be able to spam Body Slam and have some fun. So, without further ado, let us just get into this game. It'll let me click on it, please. Oh, there. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Alright, well, here we are. Play. Here. Alright, so, turn 1. You kind of got spoiled of it there. But, for the first time ever in the GBA, I'm going to click a Z move. And for Z Slowking, we have Fightinium Z Focus Blast going to boost its attack versus this Greninja, and we should easily be able to knock it out. He goes for Spikes. I could have lived a Dark Pulse or whatever. Unfortunately, however, he is going to reveal to have been Choppleberry, and he's going to be able to eat that hit easily, and just U-turn on out of there into his Uxie as I go for the Trick Room. But however, I don't want to take a Toxic or whatever, so I'm going to go right out into my Registeel as he just gets up his Stealth Rock, and I see this as an opportunity to get up my own rocks. Again, it's going to be very, very important for things like the Victini as well as the Slurpuff. It also now knocks out the Greninja, which is nice. I'm going to miss the Thunder Wave. That's going to be a theme of this battle, as you'll see going forward. Here, thinking he might want to switch out into something, I'm just going to go for the U-turn, as he, you know, I get some damage off of the Seismic Toss as he goes out into the Tapu Bulu. So, he's in with Bulu. I don't know what set he is. He could be banded with Superpower, he could be Sub-Leech Seed and play off Paralysis, but actually he's going to go for the Mean Look here, revealing to be some sort of trapping variant, as I can now Mega Evolve with my Charizard X and just go right for the Roost, being able to live whatever he wanted to go for, and it's likely that this Pokemon outspeeds me, so I'm going to go right out into my direct counter into my Registeel. So he actually reveals the knockoff, so he's running some sort of tech on this Nihilego. He's going to be smart, just sack off the Greninja, make sure nothing takes Seismic Toss damage, nothing takes Thunder Wave, Paralysis, obviously. He goes out into his Victini. I'm going to sack off my Slowking for 2 reasons. One, it's now the least useful member of my team. I don't really need it for anything on his team. It doesn't really deal with anything. And 2, I accidentally made it oblivious, so I can't really do anything. However, he switches out his Victini, showing that he can't really touch me after burning me with Searing Shot, so that's cool for me. He's going to go into his Uxie, and I'm able to whittle down at it, and at this point he is now in range of +2 Aqua Jet from my Keldeo. So everything on his team, assuming no berries, is going to be in range of +2 Keldeo, and that's easily my way to win. I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw onto this Uxie. I couldn't set up with Keldeo yet, and that is going to bait out the Nihilego, which I actually outspeed. I think earlier I said I was Earthquake, I was actually Dragon Claw, my apologies. I'm faster than this Nihilego for whatever reason. He's some sort of bulky variant, but because he's some sort of bulky variant, it looks like I'll be able to live a hit with my Keldeo. Power Gem only does 31%, and he only has Power Gem to hit me. And this is where I make a little bit of a misplay. Because Power Gem is his best move to hit me, I should have gone for another Swords Dance, just so that in case any of these were berries, I would have been able to knock them out. It was a little bit dangerous for me to go for the Swords Dance, or for me to just go for the Aqua Jet to knock him out, because unless he crit me with Power Gem, I would have lived, and then I would have guaranteed knock out the Bulu with Poison Jab. I would have been able to knock out the Victini with Aqua Jet if it was Pasho, and the Slurpuff no matter what he was. But as you're going to see here, he's going to go out into his Bulu, and as it turns out, he is going to be Kebia Berry, and we're going to be able to knock him out. Now, as it turns out, he was max HP Tapu Bulu, which meant that I had a very slim chance of knocking him out with Poison Jab. Had I gotten up to +4, I would have been able to guarantee knock him out. However, I get the roll that was heavily in his favor. Lucky for me. But regardless, we are going to take it. And now he's going to send out his Victini. Again, if he's not Pasho, I just win the game here. But as it turns out, he is Pasho. So once again, going for another Swords Dance would have been the best play here. He's going to go for Thunder Wave, which really stinks for me. Like, he doesn't knock me out, which is cool, but now, as you're going to see here, it shouldn't matter too much, because unless I get paralyzed as he belly drums, we're fine. But he's actually going to be a Cotton Guard variant, and I get fully paralyzed on this turn, so he's going to go for Calm Mind here. I'm going to go for the Poison Jab. I'm not going to be able to do any sorts of damage, because again, he does have that Cotton Guard up. And now I am just forced to switch right on out now that I see exactly what type of a set he is. And he's going to go for another Cotton Guard just to make sure that nothing on my team can deal with him. I'm going to go for another T-Wave attempting to para this thing. It's not going to work out. He's going to hit me with Dazzling Gleam. Gonna miss another Thunder Wave because Registeel has like 6 eyes, but apparently none of them work. We're finally going to be able to get the Thunder Wave off, thinking potentially if his last move isn't some sort of recovery move, we're good. He gets fully parried on this turn as that Seismic Toss, and then he's going to get full parried again. We're going to knock him out, and this game was dumb. I probably had to... There were some things that went against me earlier on, but then like everything was made up for and much more when he got full parried twice in a row there, because he was at +6 defense. He could have gotten to +6 Calm Minds. I would have had to bank off of paras at different points. His last move was Rest, so he would have been able to get off the para, and he would have been able to heal himself back to full. And I basically just would have had to try and crit it with some of my Pokemon. Like, I would have had to try and crit it with Weavile, would have had to try and crit it with Keldeo, would have had to try and crit it with Snorlax. And Snorlax was probably my best option because I could have eaten some Dazzling Gleams, but like regardless, it doesn't really matter because again, like he unless I crit him, he was in a winning position there because that was a very smart Slurpuff set to bring. Regardless, we take those 4-0 win over Chimpact. Kind of funny because last season I was 5-0 and he broke my 5-0 streak, and then he was 5-0 and I broke his 5-0 streak. I did it in a much dumber way, but you know, here we are. So yeah, goodbye.